Look what we did, everybody. Taking it home. Taking it home. Don't think about the dog food yet, okay? We are going to reflect and we're going to plan. You spent 8 hours here. We're going right up to the full time. We've had some really good conversations. There's a whole heck of a lot more. You all could continue, and I know the coalition is interested in helping. So there's two things that we'll do, two reasons to dive in. One is, again, like I said at the beginning of the day, you're more likely to do something if we think about it now and make it actionable. So it's like New Year's Day, great workshop. You've learned a lot. We're going to join a gym, go on a diet tomorrow, right? Except then tomorrow hits. It takes 7 minutes back at your desk to be snowed in with all the to-dos, and that's just in your professional life, never mind anything else. So we're going to take this time, honor yourself and the time that you all spent here, and let's boil down some things that you might actually do to carry this forward. When I left my job of 15 years, you know how many folders of PowerPoint slides and amazing notes I had of all the things I was going to do over those 15 years, right? So, okay, boil it down to something that's reasonable and actionable that will help you continue this journey. So first, let's remember, and the second thing is we do have a Mentimeter. It will work, and that will help you not only record for yourselves what you do, it will also help the coalition is very interested in helping to make this, keep this moving forward. So having you all respond in a minute will help with that coalition effort for all of you as well as all of the people who couldn't make it today. All right, so this is what we covered today. Wow, remember I said we're going to cover a lot, and there's any number of things that you're going to want to learn more, and then we move on. So let's see, what did we do? We started with Emergency Preparedness as a program, Module 2. Steve walked us through our first kind of deep look at Emergency Preparedness as a program. We talked about EOPs and COOPs and annexes. We got our first introduction to POETI. I don't remember what else. We didn't have a video yet, but we kind of covered all the bases there. Then we went into initiating your response. Remember, initial assessment, and we met our video characters, and we started on page 1 of the quick IAP, got all sorts of tools you could use there. Activating for incident response, we continued with the quick IAP, learned about objectives, how to be the composer for that, the musicians in your organization. And then we talked more in there about, remember, the swim lanes and assigning roles and communication plans. We talked about integrated planning, which is POETI, right? Planning with your plans, planning, organizing, equipping, training, and exercising. That's what integrated planning is, thinking about multi-year planning. Local and regional response, we got into lines and boxes, information sharing, interfacing with public health, with emergency management. Obviously with your coalition, complex incidents, get into more lines and boxes, that national level, how you unlock resources, key message being call your coalition, because you can't remember all of that, but you do remember that there's stuff out there that, that you can get maybe if you need it. And then we just talked about, the best, obviously, Steve's favorite, demobilizing and all of this stuff. So we covered a lot, so really congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. We're going to have one more Mentimeter. So before I show you, what we're going to have you do is look over that love note you've been making to yourself, your take-home action plan. If you didn't use it, that's fine. Maybe you're remembering now. This is on purpose. You're all thinking, I know you are, this was such a great training, best training I ever went to. I'm going to join the gym and go on a diet. And then you're going to go, as soon as you get out to that door, you're going to remember your grocery list. Or who had the white hoodie that you have to get. Right. For your daughter on the way home. So before all of that stuff intrudes, we're going to honor your time because you all spent a whole day here because you thought this was important, or somebody did. So honestly, achievably, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do? That's what this activity is. So talk at your tables. If there's a bunch of you talk, just in pairs at your tables, really boil it down. What are some things that you're going to do that are actually achievable that are going to help you move forward? We don't want the learning to end today. We go home. You stay here. You're all with each other. You're in your coalition. So 1 or 2 areas that you focus on improving. And As you do that, I do want you to throw these up here. We're going to share these back with you. It's also helpful. They're on a saline shortage call right now. But I know your coalition is real interested also in learning, like, you know, this workshop. What does it help spur? We might share this. We got the video because people who couldn't be here today, we might be able to share pieces of it. There's an online, a virtual version coming. Anyway, so this is useful for you. We're going to send it back to you, what you're going to do, so accountability. And we'll share it with others. But please talk amongst yourself, so I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to roam around, and then we'll round up, okay? But I'd love to hear, and learning science, I told you I'm going to learn. Learning science says if you say it, if you put it up there, you're going to be more likely to do it. You spend 8 hours here with us, so let's hear it. What are you getting out of today? What are you going to do? I love the one up here, improve communication with the city and county as it relates to the EOC expectations. Awesome. Go talk to your emergency management director. Good one. Steal that one if you didn't come up with one. It's achievable. They'd be happy to talk to you. We've had some county emergency managers in a couple of our workshops, and they've reiterated that. Yeah. Anyone else want to share? What are you going to do?
Training, exercises.
Training and exercise. Something specific?
Well, mock codes, you know, mock fire drills.
Mock codes, mock fire code. Okay. And it's something different that because you were here today that you'll do differently than if you hadn't come?
You know, like we kind of talked about, you just talk about it, but actually doing it, leaving, shutting all the doors, you know, going to the safe meeting spot, like those kind of things.
Okay, yeah, actually go to the floor and make things happen. Yeah, like Steve was talking with the actual real pretend fire on the floor. Good. You have one in this. What's one thing you're gonna do?
More training.
More training.
Drills, training.
More drills and training. Maybe some quick hits. Yeah. How are you going to know what to do drills or training on?
I think for me it'll be like taking a look at who we have on reestablishing and re-getting the buy-in. Like taking a look at the group that we're having the input with these things.
Great. Reestablishing the buy-in, getting that reconnecting. Is it maybe since the pandemic has it gone down, or over time things start to fall away?
I think it's a lot of new leadership.
New leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, time to reestablish. And then based on who you get that buy-in from, that'll help with the training and the drills. Awesome. Good. What about over here? Anyone? Yeah.
Getting incident response guides utilized, or checklists for specific things that you come across.
Look at those IRGs.
That person in charge can just go right down.
Absolutely. Yeah, in fact, I think those IRGs, you can use them, you could actually just turn them into a checklist. Like, they're really long. You could make them a little more checklisty if you want. Awesome. And go over them with a committee, or just sit down with somebody in like particular departments and have them, say, what's wrong here? People who know a lot are really usually love to help correct something. Like, here's my checklist, fix it, right? But over here, something in the back? Anyone gonna do something? You spent all day here. Give me one.
We said create a checklist as well.
Create a checklist.
Something new, and then almost like an easy user guide for staff, especially when key people aren't in on evenings or weekends.
Oh, right, yeah, especially for those evening staff, those Saturday night, Sunday night staff. Good, do a checklist. Awesome. Do we have one up here?
You said that the guides, but then also the rolling improvement plan.
The incident response guides and rolling improvement plan, right? So that was the two files that we said. We gave you the participant guide and the resource guide in our Google Drive, and then a rolling improvement plan Excel spreadsheet that you can modify. It doesn't exactly match. Steve took us a notch above. He talked about notching above the file we gave you. You can add some columns to do that, that quick hits project level piece to it. Add dates. Yeah, awesome. We would always, when I wrote an after action report, actually start by gathering the items and put them in the spreadsheet first before I put them in the Microsoft Word document that was the report. So then they were always matching, right? Usually sometimes an after action report, at the end there's a table of improvement items. That's actually from the Excel spreadsheet when we did it. Do I hear one more? Did I get one from this table? This last one. Give me a good one, someone.
I'm going to go back to my leadership team and go through incident response with them a little bit more, just to clarify roles and
Great.
come up with some mini trainings for that.
That's great. Go through incident response with leadership, clarify roles, their roles, everyone's roles. Yeah, and then from that will emerge training. Once you start talking about things with leadership, again, they're accountable, they know they're accountable, all sorts of things will happen. Awesome. Thank you. All right, so you didn't have to say it out loud, but do say it to yourself, do write it down, something. You were here all day. And it could be that you read look up one of the resources, talk to someone that you met here today. If you found this useful, tell them to register for our virtual sessions. November 7th, and then we have a nighttime. We're not sure about the second one, but November 7th for sure. So we have reached our conclusion. Congratulations, everyone. No more Mentimeters, no more cartoons. Again, this is what we covered. So before I go to my administrative closeout, I would love folks over there at the staff table, if you want to leave any closing words in reverse order, Erin, and then Lavida and Julie, if you had anything.
Hey, first of all, I just want to say again, thank you for taking all day. I know it's a long day out of your very busy life, so we really appreciate you taking the time. Second, I want to do a real shameless plug. We talked about it in the beginning, but we did just as a state come up with a continuity of operations plan, and that's on our website. We can have Lavida share it with you. And we do still have some sessions left for technical assistance currently for hospitals to sign up for the long-term care plan, and then also we're trying to see if we can open it up for long-term care clinics. And then thirdly, if there's any documents, as you guys were going around talking about documents that you needed or wanted to augment, if there's anything that you could do, that we can do from the coalition perspective or from the state perspective, any templates or anything like that that we can share with you, we would love to do that. We would love to help you out and make sure everybody's as prepared as possible. So thanks again from MDH, really appreciate it.
That's a good reminder. It's on page 3 of your resource guide, is that COOP toolkit. So when you pull the PDF, you'll have the link, and of course, Lavida might share it out in the coalition. But that's right there. Really beautifully done, by the way. Go ahead.
And I want to thank everybody for coming. And you didn't get the virtual invite yet because I held off. I wanted you to come to the in-person because I really felt it's more impactful if you get to meet people and be here in person. So that'll be going out today or tomorrow or Monday. So you'll get it.
And if they have other staff that want to
Yeah, please have them attend the virtual. It'll be good.
And there's a virtual session on November 7th. There's another one in play that's an evening one. To be frank, we're deciding whether to keep that or switch it to daytime. So if you had any questions about your availability or another session, feed them to Lavida. She knows how to reach Erin and the other working group and I to figure that out. So obviously being in person was great. We can't give sandwiches, and it's really hard to meet people when you're virtual, but we'll still help do a bang-up job, and it's something, right? All right, so I am going to move to, oh, sorry, go ahead. You say something. Yeah, our public health consultant.
Yes, thank you for coming. And if you have questions about who your local health department person is, or if you have other questions about public health, why should I care about public health, things like that, feel free to reach out. I will stay for a few minutes after and answer any questions folks have.
Absolutely. Shout out to public health. I myself was a public health background, so apologies. Public health is a super important partner. All right, so here's our administrative bit. The last QR code is we have an evaluation form, and then we have a post-assessment. So that is it. Thank you, everyone, for your time.